to 6 months in jail and or $2,000 fine. To 6 months in jail and or $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
Yes, Judge. On August 30th, 2024, officers were dispatched to a disturbance with a weapon call at 5610 Royal Palm Street in Harris County, Texas. Officers made contact with the complainant, who stated his neighbor, the defendant, threw what he thought was hot grease from the top of the stairs, which nearly contacted his leg and which got on his shoe. The complainant stated the defendant later grabbed a long stick, stated, "You think I'm a hoe? I'll show you," and went down the stairs with the stick. The defendant walked towards the complainant yelling, "I'll fuck you up," while holding the stick in a threatening manner. The complainant feared for his life. The defendant was identified with his Texas driver's license.
Who is the complaining witness to him?
It's just his neighbor.
Is this a neighbor or someone that you live with? I don't want to know. I don't want to talk about the case. The only thing I want to know is it's a neighbor.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So you live next door.
Yes, sir.
You live in a house and it's an apartment.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Mr. Broussard, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. I'm ordering you now as a condition of your bond not to have any contact with this person. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
I'm also ordering you as a condition of your bond not to be in possession of any weapons. If you violate these bonds, I will put you in, or these conditions, I'll put you in jail. You failed to appear the first time. The magistrate gave you another PR bond. You will not get another one. If you fail to appear again, I will revoke your bond, make it $10,000, put you in jail. And if you don't have anyone to pony up that kind of money, guess what happens? Mr. Broussard, did you hear anything I just said?
Yes, I did.
What happens?
Whatever you decide.
If you fail to appear again, I will revoke your bond. You got out of jail because I gave you a free bond. You're not going to get another one. You have already been given two. Do you understand?
Yes, sir. I was in the hospital.
How do I know that? Am I clairvoyant? I don't have access to the stars. I'm not an interdimensional being. So if you miss court again, I will revoke the bond, set it around 10,000, give or take. And if you don't have anyone to, pay that, you'll be stuck like Chuck. Do you understand? What do you do for a living, sir?
I'm unemployed at the moment.
I'm sorry?
I'm unemployed at the moment.
How old are you, sir?
I'm 6 years old.
When is the last time you've had a full-time job?
Well,
What year was it?
Well, this weekend, actually, roofing.
No. When was the last time you had a legitimate full-time
I worked
job?
for Toyota for 20 years, and I worked for Just Energy. I had my own business for 10 years. I was the X-ray tech for 10 years. I went through a divorce that was litigated for 4 years and lost everything. But at one time, I made $200,000 a month.
How do you eat now? How do you get money now?
Just so happened, the thing is, I'm sorry I had these shorts. I got evicted, and this is all I have. This is what I have on. I apologize for that.
I'm not. How do you get money now? How do you survive?
Clean parking lots, whatever I can do to eat.
Okay. I'll appoint your lawyer today. All I'm asking you to do is be nice. I'm not asking you to do anything crazy here. All I'm asking you to do is follow the law. So if you are out of this apartment now, there's no reason for you to go back then, right? Have they evicted you?
I do all myself.
Okay, so don't go back then. I'll appoint your lawyer today. All I'm asking you to do is be nice. That's it. So I'm going to have you go to Victoria, sign a reset. After that, I'm going to have you take a seat in the jury box. I'm going to find your lawyer. Do not leave until you sign these conditions. And at that point, we'll work with you. Okay? All you have to do is show up. If you show up, good things happen. That's it. All right, please. Can you file no contact and no weapons, please?
Surety bonds.
Oh, surety bonds?
Yes, Judge.
You were on bond for an assault of a family member, and you've now picked up another assault of a family member. Mr. Martinez, you're now facing another year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. Wait a second. So he's on bond for an assault of a family member, and then it looks like in June of this year, he picked up an assault and an interference with the 911. Can we just go ahead and do probable cause in the two new ones, please?
Yes, Your Honor. The complainant and defendant are in a dating relationship. On April 13, 2024, officers were dispatched in reference to a 911 hang-up with a female screaming on the line that then disconnected. No answers were received on callbacks. The complainant and the defendant had an argument about the defendant buying more alcohol. The defendant became aggressive towards her and started clenching his hands, making a fist with both hands and posing in body in a threatening manner. The complainant attempted to back away and used her iPhone voice commands to call 911. The defendant heard her attempting to make the call and attempted to take the phone away from her in order to hang up the 911 call, in order to prohibit the complainant from requesting police. The complainant and the defendant both struggled for the cell phone when the defendant struck her on the mouth, causing pain. The defendant was receiving callbacks from 911 dispatch, and the complainant told the defendant to answer the phone because it was the police. The defendant did not answer and tried to go inside the residence with the complainant's phone. The complainant made another attempt to grab her cell phone from the defendant's hand so she could call 911, but the defendant would not release it. The defendant then left the scene with the complainant's cell phone, making the complainant unable to call 911.
Is the complaining witness in the first assault the same complaining witnesses in the other? Your bond is $1,501 on the first case, $1,500 on the second case, and then $1,000 on the third case. I think they're wholly insufficient. So I'm now going to revoke those and I'm going to raise them all up. He goes with you. You need to put a whole host of conditions on him before he goes down. Send him down. Have a lawyer today, Mr. Martinez.
So what now?
Have a lawyer today.
I don't.
Can we appoint Mr. Martinez as a lawyer, please? Okay. He goes with you. Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning.
How's jail? Miserable? Hopefully. I hope. All right. Both of you guys are wanted from another state. And Shreya here, your lawyer is asking me to set you a bond. I don't know. You know, the only thing that concerns me is if we let you out, is our public safe? I don't know. I know that your guys are going to tell me you guys are like little tulips and rainbows and gumdrops and little bunnies jumping in the woods, right? But how you really look on paper is, you know, who you are. What you tell me goes in this ear, goes out that ear. It's how you look on paper, and what it says on paper is who you really are. So we'll delve into that now and we'll see whether we should give you a bond or not. I don't know. So who do you want to start? Mr. Winston. Who's Mr. Winston? Okay, Mr. Winston, tell me about it.
Wanted out of Orange County, California for robbery, second degree, and grand theft. Yes. And here in Harris County, he has 3 open cases in the 263rd for robbery, bodily injury, AFM impeding, and possession of marijuana.
Wait, so he's wanted for 2 robberies in California?
Yes.
And then you pick up a robbery here, a choking case, a weed case, and you're wanted. I say, wait, you want me to set you a bond?
Yeah, them cases already been handled, getting handled. I go to court Thursday, they was getting dismissed.
You leave a wake of destruction behind you, Mr. Winston. It's like it's like the Tasmanian devil, man.
All alleged though, I didn't do any of those things.
But the problem is, the allegations keep piling up. Like one. Do you think I should set you a bond?
Yes.
Really? You really think I should? Okay. Mr. Warren.
Warren is wanted out of Bartow County, Georgia for felony failure to appear on 8 different charges.
On 8 charges? Go!
I can list the charges more specifically. Their possession of a Schedule I controlled substance with intent to distribute, possession of marijuana with intent to distribute, fleeing or attempting to elude a police officer, obstruction of an officer, possession of drug-related object, speeding, distracted driving, failure to maintain. He also has criminal history that we're concerned about. He's been arrested on several different occasions out of Ohio for possession of drug offenses, and then he's also had a fugitive case filed in California as well.
Mr. Warren, you're wanted for 8 different charges out of a different state. I'm sorry, guys. You got way too much baggage and way too much drama for me. I like to sleep at night, have enough trouble as it is. If I let you out, I'm going to have like nightmares. Sure.
Actually 2 weeks before I got stopped in the traffic stop, I actually called Bartow to actually see if I can get back on the docket. So I've been attempting. I actually have a business. I have a child on the way. I actually provide security to residential to commercials. So I'm very passionate about that. So I actually was already eager to get this done. The lawyer here told me that I don't have 14 days to myself. I want to have a forum with you guys. Definitely want to have a forum with you guys. I want to get this taken care of.
What I would do is the money that you would pay here to get out, I would save that and use that to go hire a lawyer where you guys are wanted from to fight the charges. That's what you need to do. Instead of spending money to try to get out here, to get over there earlier, use that money to hire a lawyer because both you guys are wanted for a lot of serious charges. The most important thing that you can have in your life now is a good lawyer. You spend money to get out and then you get yourself a crappy lawyer, what's going to happen? Right? That's what you got to do, man. So, yeah, guys, way too much baggage. Sorry, Shreya. Thanks, Amy. How's jail? Good. You're not supposed to like it. It's not supposed to be fun. It's there so that you learn. You know, what I have here is that you are, with us, you have been charged with failure to identify oneself while being a fugitive from justice. So you're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. You also have a felony, unlawful carrying of a weapon in a prohibited place. On that case, you're being held at no bond. My question though is, do you also have open cases out of state as well?
I think I have an open case in Georgia and Atlanta, but I'm not sure if it's open.
Do you have lawyers on those cases?
No, sir.
So Hunter here is asking me to give you.
Well, Judge, I didn't realize there was out of state. I just thought there was out of county. I would just ask for a $500 bond.
I'm willing to go lower on your bond, but if you have open cases out of county or out of state, then I'm not going to give you a PR bond.
I have out of county in Fort Bend, but when I first got here, they gave me a $1,000 bond, and they said I could pay $300 to get for that Fort Bend case.
So let's do probable cause because I don't know what's going on in your cases. Okay, real quick, you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. Okay, please.
On the fail to identify.
Please.
On September 21st, 2024, on 10370 Richmond Avenue in Harris County, Texas, officers were dispatched to a suspicious vehicle call. Officers arrived on scene and first observed a gray 2024 Nissan Sentra that struck a gas line pole. Officers observed the defendant asleep in the driver's seat of the vehicle while the vehicle was still on and running. Defendant was the sole occupant of the vehicle. Officers approached the defendant's vehicle and turned off the car and woke up the defendant. When coming into contact with the defendant, officers observed a strong odor of alcoholic breath on his person. Officers then detained the defendant for further investigation. While speaking with the defendant, officers asked for his personal information, which defendant declined to provide. Defendant declined to give his name or date of birth after many attempts of asking. While conducting an inventory of the vehicle, officers observed a loaded rifle magazine on the front right passenger floorboard. Officers also observed an upholstered loaded handgun tucked under the middle of the back seat. While running the found weapon through MDT, officers observed that it was listed as stolen. Officers tried to ID the defendant through AFIS after about an hour and a half. Defendant then provided officers with his name and date of birth. Officers discovered that the defendant had warrants and out on bond for felony unlawful carry a weapon out of Harris County and for an accident involving vehicle in Fort Bend County.
Okay. All right, so Mr. McCollum, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward on your case now. I'm ordering you as a condition of your bond not to be in possession of any weapons. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
I don't want to talk about the case.
Yes, sir.
Right. You will get the opportunity to fight your case. Just now's not that time. Right now, we're just talking about your bonding issues. Should we give you a PR bond? How much we should make your bond? And
Yes, sir.
if you do get out, I am ordering you to obtain a GPS monitor.
Yes,
I
sir.
want you to know that. I mean, you picking up cases like hopscotching with the states, man.
Yes,
You know, Mississippi, Wyoming, Montana.
Yes, sir.
At some point, it's gonna catch up to you, and it's not gonna go well. Got to settle down, man. So for right now, also it seems you're being held at no bond on that case. So there's really nothing we can do at this point. I think 500 is a little bit too low, considering all this criminal history. I'm willing to go down, but I mean, I think 500 is a little bit too low.
Consider 1,000.
I'll cut it in half, 2,500.
Thank you, Judge.
Do we know whether they're going to issue holds or anything on the fugitive cases? You know, the other thing is this, is that we probably should reach out to Mr. Kim to see whether the other states have been notified that we have him as well. You know, because that might be an issue as well. The idea is that you take care of this, so that you take care of everything. That way you can move on with your life. You know what I mean?
Sir.
Do you have any questions?
Sir.
Okay. For now, we'll just, put him back and then we'll go from there.
Yeah, that's fine, Judge.
Yeah. Okay.
I was going to reset him to Monday because his other case is set to 26th.
Yeah. Your felony case is set for Thursday. So we'll set it for Monday. That way we can determine what happened in your felony case and we'll go from there. Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Good luck. Yes. Come on. Good morning, Mr. Cope. How's jail?
I enjoy this time getting myself in here. So
That's cute. You tell me that every time. Every single time.
it's just
Every time, Mr. Cope. Literally, every single. Hold on a second. Hold on. Let's pull you up. So, you and I started dancing about a year ago, right? You first, with me, picked up a discharging firearm. You picked up an assault, and then we let you out on bond for those, right? Then you picked up an aggravated robbery, arson, burglar habitation, possession of a controlled substance, and another arson,
how
right?
many of those stuck?
And then they put you on 2 probations for the arson and the possession of a controlled substance. Not a month goes by, you pick up a DWI with me. Somehow, some poof, miraculous way, you made bond on it, right? And now you picked up another felony. And this one is a prohibited substance in a correctional facility. Another 3rd degree. Can you tell me what happened on that case, please?
On the felony case?
Yes.
On September 19th, 2024, in Harris County, Texas, the Detention Command Containment Team entered cell block 2C2. The containment team removed the inmates from the cell block, and the Special Investigation Unit entered 2C2 and began to search the inmates' property. An officer searched an inmate's commissary bag, which was later identified as defendant's. Officers found 5 white oval pills with 3 indented lines going down the pill. Officer was able to find commissary documents that had defendant's information. Officers obtained an AFIS photo of defendant and reviewed video footage. Defendant was observed attempting to hide the commissary bag when the containment team entered the cell block. From training and experience, officers were able to determine that the pills were Xanax pills.
How could he possibly get Xanax pills in the jail?
But Judge, it's like this, he had a violation of his probation, and he was picked up because of that, is my understanding. He was picked up on a violation when they took him to jail, and they...
Where?
I'm here in the court.
Hiding? It's interesting to find out where you would hide. How many pills were there?
5 pills.
How you would hide 5 pills. Where do they go? Pretty stinky pills. You are on bond in this court now, and I'm now going to revoke your bond. Your bond with me now is at 10,001, and I'm now revoking your bond again, Mr. Cope. I don't know what we can do, but you're begging for prison time, my friend. Absolutely begging for it. Okay, I guess, Mr. D, we'll just wait to play out what happens. He's got felony court on, and I'll tell you now, you're being held at no bond. What's your last name, sir? Wyckoff? Mr. Wyckoff, you're charged with assault and bodily injury. You are facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present during questions and interviews with the state of Texas. If you cannot afford a lawyer will be appointed to represent you, sir.
Parking lot at 13532 Beechnut Street in Harris County, Texas, where he made contact with the defendant and a complainant who were near their vehicles. The complainant and the defendant do not know each other. The complainant stated that when he was driving on the public roadway, he accidentally backed his vehicle into the defendant's front bumper. The complainant believed that he did not strike the defendant's vehicle at the time of the impact and drove away onto the cross street. The defendant began to follow him. The complainant parked his vehicle in the McDonald's parking lot and observed the defendant's vehicle stop behind his car. The defendant approached the driver's door of the complainant's vehicle. The complainant opened his driver's door and asked the defendant, "Hey bro, are we good?" The defendant became verbally aggressive towards the complainant, yelling at him and telling him that he hit his car. The complainant remained sitting down in his driver's seat. The defendant was so close to the complainant that the complainant could not walk out of the vehicle. The defendant with his left fist struck the complainant on the right side of his face, causing pain. Defendant repeatedly told the complainant to get out of the car. The complainant remained in the vehicle while the defendant continued to yell at him, standing outside of the driver's side of the vehicle. The complainant had a purple discoloration mark with red swelling on his right cheek, consistent with that of a physical assault. The white area of the complainant's right eye was pink compared to his left eye. A vehicle inventory of the defendant's vehicle revealed a clear plastic bag containing 2 separate plastic bags of marijuana, total weight 83 grams, 2.9 ounces.
Mr. Wyckoff, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. I'm going to tell you that all you really had to do was call the cops when that dude took off, and then they probably would have had that dude arrested. But now, because you took matters into your own hands, you and I are not going to have a good time. I am now sending you for a drug test. I want to know what, if anything, is in your system, and you must come right back to court. Do you understand? Do you have a Texas driver license? You run his license, please. Do you have valid liability insurance in your name?
Yes, sir.
I want proof before you leave here today to see whether I'm going to allow you to drive or not. Number one. Number two, as a condition of your bond, you are not allowed to use dope or any kind of dope whatsoever or alcohol. If I find that you're using anything, I'm going to put you in jail and I'm going to make your bond sky high. Do you understand?
Sir.
His license is eligible, Judge.
Thank you. I'm ordering you also as a condition of your bond not to be in possession of any weapons and not to have any contact with the complaining witness in this case. Rachel, I'd like to send him down right now for a drug test. I'm going to have you sign a receipt and then I'm going to hand you off to take a drug test and then you must come right back. Do you understand? Okay.
Right this one. We have another one.
Got it.
Ms. Villarreal, Your Honor.
Good morning, Ms. Villarreal. How's jail? You now know that when you go to jail, you have no one that's going to bond you out. You will be stuck like Chuck until these cases are over with, as you now see. So when you're out there in the free world, these are the things that you must consider next time you get upset, you want to assault, you want to start trespassing, you want to do something that you know that you probably shouldn't do. You're now stand charged with 2 cases. You stand charged with assault of a family member. You're also charged with criminal trespass. As part of the plea bargain agreement, you are pleading guilty to not pleading guilty, but you are entering into what's called a deferred adjudication, which is a type of probation that if you successfully complete, you do not end up with a conviction on your record on the assault. And as part of the plea bargain, they're going to dismiss the criminal trespass case against you. I want you to understand that even if you're doing this deferred, there is an affirmative finding of family violence. What that means is that if you ever pick up another one of these cases, regardless of whether you complete this or not, you will be charged with a 3rd-degree felony. You will be looking at a minimum of 2 years in prison, a maximum of 10 years in prison. All you got to do is grab someone's arm and gently squeeze to where it hurts. And that's enough to where you're looking at up to 10 years in prison. You can also never own a gun or ammunition as a result of this plea bargain. Do you understand? You are giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers, right to be arraigned, charged right to an open court. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. For you to successfully complete this thing, you will be required to do a batterers intervention prevention program. This is a program that you must go once a week for 18 weeks in person. And if you successfully complete, then you're basically done with this case. You must do what's called a TRAS. She had done a TRAS already while she was in there?
No, sir.
That's an evaluation to see what other conditions you may need. You must fulfill any other conditions they assess. Substance abuse treatment, no drugs, no alcohol, no threatening, harassing, or abusive contact with Rafael Guzman. Who is that?
That's our father's, that's our
The-
baby's father, Your Honor.
My ex-boyfriend.
You get along with this person or no?
And
So perhaps we should just do no contact then. Or I don't know. I mean, who's got custody of the child?
Me.
Let's just do no threatening or harassing because I mean, that's what they had done. If you violate this agreement by testing positive, picking up a new case, not showing up, not doing your anger management class, I'm telling you now, you will be doing a substantial amount of time in jail. And I'm going to tell you now, if you like that kid and if you want that kid to be in your life, this is the wrong way to do it. What do you think Mr. Guzman is going to do? He's going to try to take that kid away from you. And this is what he's going to use as evidence and the trespass that you are out of control. So if you like that kid and if you want that kid, straighten up and fly right. Because if not, you're going to be sitting with me for an entire year. Do you understand? I will make you a deal. If you do well, you complete that BIP class successfully, I'll take you off when you get done with that class. Don't test positive for dope or alcohol. Be nice to everybody. It's not hard. Once you get done with that class, And if you're good, I'll take you off
Thank you so much.
as an incentive to get it done quick. All right? How do you plead to the offense, ma'am? I will not find you guilty. I will withhold it for 13 months. Get it done, and then you don't end up with a conviction on your record, all right? Good luck, Mr. Lewis.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr. D.
Yes, sir.
Jail, you ready? There's someone that's trying to get in that says court observer. What do you think? We got bombed last night, yesterday.
Got what?
We got bombed on the
Oh,
live stream yesterday, so
oh,
I'm
wow.
now very wary of letting anyone in.
Wow.
Mr. McCollum, you're charged with driving while intoxicated, second offense. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. How old are you?
26.
26, and you now have two DWIs. What happens on the next one?
I don't know.
You need to know what happens on the next one.
Bad news, yeah.
No, not bad news. What happens?
Felony.
I'm going to tell you now that you now have two DWIs going on your record. If you were ever pulled over and you have the slightest smell of alcohol on your breath, any officer that pulls you over is going to say, well, if it walks like a duck and it talks like a duck, meaning if it's got DWI, one, and it's got another DWI, it's probably DWI again and is able to withhold his tolerance. They're going to arrest you. No questions asked. They're not going to give a rat's behind whether you're drunk or not. The smell alone will be enough to take them down. And now you will be looking at up to 10 years in prison. Up to 10 years in prison. That's what you're going to be facing. I hope you really appreciate the gravity, because do you know what they would do to you in prison, Mr. McCollum? A little white boy stick piece, you know what they would do to you in prison? Holy moly, I've read stuff that was so bad it had me in freaking tears. How they just pass people along like it's a freaking rag doll. And you know what? The jailers don't give a rat's behind what happens in there. Some places are so bad they don't even go there. And I promise you, because I'm a judge, I get to read extra stuff that you're never going to get your eyes on. And it literally had me in tears, how they treat people. So you're one step away. And I hope that you appreciate that. All you have to do is pick up a phone, hit one button. You'll have a car for $20, take you anywhere you want to go in this freaking city. Don't matter where you want to go. It's always $20. How much money have you spent on all this? Yeah, and now it's going to cost you more because you will be required to pay for the DPS fines and fees and surcharges. And if you don't, I'm going to put your butt in jail. And every $100 you owe, you will sit in custody. You're now going to be required to pay somewhere to the tune of around $6,500 to $7,000. So you can imagine how much time you will sit in jail if you don't pay it. Do you understand? Because I am trying to impress on you how dangerous this type of offense is and how very important you must take this in the future so you don't end up in prison. What are we doing, jail?
They reduced it to a Class B misdemeanor, DWI first, interlock, 18 months probation, and TRAS, all the conditions that go with the TRAS.
$180 days in jail, to be probated for 18 months. As part of the probation, you will do a repeat offender DWI education class, 2 victim impact panels, a TRAS, which is an evaluation to see what other conditions you may need. You must fulfill those conditions. If they tell you that you need to do inpatient treatment, well, that's where you're going to go. If they tell you that you have to do intensive outpatient or SOP, then you must do those as well. If you don't, then guess what happens? I will issue a warrant for your arrest, and then you will be looking at 180 days in jail. And I myself, if I find that you're consuming alcohol while you're on this probation, I will put you into treatment myself. And I'm going to tell you, it lasts for 180 days if you respond to treatment well. If not, you can be in there for a year and a half. Do you understand? I just put someone in yesterday, and they're going to be in there for a solid 6 to 9 months, maybe a year and a half. You understand? No drugs, alcohol, random urinalysis, guardian interlock, no breath test refusal, meaning that if you take a breath, if you're driving in a car and an officer asks you to submit to a breath test, you must submit to a breath test. If you don't, you're in violation of this agreement. Do you understand? You are giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers, right to be arraigned, charged read in open court. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. So once you accept this agreement, there's no turning back. You now at 26 have 2 DWIs on your record. Do you understand? How do you plead to this offense? I will find you guilty. I am going to suspend your license for 1 year. JL, what happened on the?
We won.
Okay. You guys can apply for an occupational license. I want to know that he's doing well, and I don't think that we've had any violations so far, correct?
No, sir. And Judge, just to be clear, so when we get the occupational license, and Dustin King will be doing that part, and he has to go get the interlock on his vehicle. He's gonna have someone else to drive the
Correct.
vehicle to the facility to get the interlock, because you cannot drive without an interlock.
As of
period.
this moment, you may not drive. Your license is suspended. If I catch you in a car driving, and we're going to have you sign an affidavit promising us you're not going to drive before you leave here. If you drive, you will be doing a substantial amount of time in jail. I don't care what your excuse is. I don't care if there's a burning building and you have to save 15 kids. Mother Teresa needs a ride to church. I don't care. Do you understand? Okay. Yeah, JL, if he does well, and he's been doing well so far, that's good news. So we want to know that you appreciate the gravity of this offense going forward. The idea is that you have such a miserable experience here that you remember us 15 years down the road, 20 years down the road, you have some kind of catastrophic event in your life that causes you to go out, you get blitzed. You know what? I better not get in this car and go home. That was such a miserable experience. Huh? Yeah, he's gonna have to pay. What are court costs now? Was it a breath test or was it a blood test?
He volunteered breath, it's a 0.145.
Okay, so 6,000 and then plus court costs.
Stephen, that it was reduced?
Yes, yeah. I will give you time to pay it. Okay, I will give you, 2 years, so it's not gonna break your bank, right? Because I understand, but I want you to understand that you're not gonna get out of this scot-free. And I want you to appreciate this. You understand?
So surcharges apply even though it's not time served?
Correct. Yeah. Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Right. Dale. Okay.
I really had a broken neck.
A broken neck?
Yes, sir. Fractured vertebrae. I believe she doesn't have any feeling in her right hand.
Ms. Hill, is that a result of this accident here?
Yes, sir.
Ay. Hi, Mom. Thank you so much for coming. So she's charged, you are charged, man, with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. It looks like you had court on the 3rd of this month. No one appeared. And so we issued the warrant. So right now your case is in warrant status. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one will be appointed to you, man. Okay, please.
Charlie. On August 11, 2024, officers were dispatched to a crash call in Houston, Texas. They spoke with the witness, who advised that he arrived on scene soon after it happened. And then he observed defendant in the driver's seat of her vehicle, and he observed her vehicle crash into another vehicle in the middle of the roadway. Defendant's vehicle had heavy front damage and was facing oncoming traffic. The complainant's vehicle also had heavy front end damage. Officers spoke with the defendant, who stated she was driving at the time of the crash. The car was registered to the defendant. Defendant appeared disoriented, had swaying, staggering, and had slurred speech and a moderate odor of an alcoholic beverage. Santa Cruz sobriety tests were administered, and HGN had 6 out of 6 clues. Walk and turn and one leg stand were not completed due to injuries to defendant's legs. Defendant was taken to Ben Taub ICU. A blood warrant was drafted and blood was taken.
You don't have the results of the blood, do you?
Check, Your Honor.
Do we have a strong odor of alcohol? Do we have?
There's station by odor of alcohol.
Okay, because I was wondering how.
Yes,
Okay.
and there's no blood results.
Again, I'm assuming they didn't do a DRE. So we know whether it's pills, whether it's
No, Your Honor.
marijuana. I mean,
Not that I know, Judge. I don't believe so.
Ms. Hill, if I drug test you now, what's going to show up?
Because I think she'll be fine.
My concern is if you're taking pills, right? That's my concern, is that if you're driving in a car, you're taking pills, you're about to fall asleep and you end up wrecking. And
She will have no problem taking a drug test for that, Judge.
yeah, I mean, my concern is this, is that it looks like you're injured pretty bad, right? And they're going to give you a lot of dope to help kill the pain. And that's always when it starts. And then it becomes a very, very slippery slope, because once you got that monkey on your back, meaning pain pills, it is very, very difficult to shed. I mean, in some people, it's almost impossible, and they become lifelong addicts, and they're in and out of the pokey. That's what I'm trying to prevent with you. So I am ordering you now not to use any alcohol or any dope whatsoever. If I find that you're using, I'm going to put you in jail. You're going to be healing on your own in custody. Do you understand? When I mean no dope, I mean no dope from any sources whatsoever, no self-medicating. I'm telling you, I'm going to drug test you like crazy, and I want to know that you're not using. Do you understand me, man?
Yes, sir.
Do you have a Texas driver license, ma'am?
Yes.
Do you have liability insurance in your name?
No, sir.
Then you're not allowed to drive. No driving whatsoever until I see that you have liability insurance with your name on it and you get court approval from us. You will be signing an affidavit with me today promising me that you're not going to drive. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
I will reinstate your bond now, meaning that I'm going to take the warrant away. This is the only time I'm going to do it. If you miss court again.
It was at ACI OC. We issued a warrant, there was no bond against it.
Okay, so we'll have to set our bond now. No, well, I guess we set the bond at 2501. I'll just keep it at that amount, but we'll give her a PR bond. So I'm going to give you a PR bond today, Ms. Hill. This is the only one that you're going to get. You pick up another DWI, you start violating conditions. Serious as a heart attack, into jail you will go. Do you understand? Mom, should we be concerned? Is she okay? You know her better than anyone else. All I'm trying to do is, I don't want her to go to jail again. And I don't know if she has a drug or alcohol issue that we need to address. You know her better than anyone else. And the problem is if she goes to jail, who do you think she's going to call begging for her to bond out? You. And then when they put on the water show on you, it's going to be very difficult for you not to do it. And then you get to be on the hook for a bunch of money. I'm trying to prevent that. So do we have any drug or alcohol issues with Miss Hill?
Right now, she has been sober.
What's the drug of choice? Is it pills?
It was marijuana, but she's been sober. She made that decision before the accident to stop. So.
Before the accident or after the accident?
No, before the accident.
We have this accident though, and the blood test is going to show something.
Possibly. I don't know what the blood test.
And I don't know, but I'm putting you on notice.
Yeah.
No more. I'm going to test you like crazy. I hope that you understand this, Ms. Hill.
I do.
Okay.
If it means anything, I do think that she has had the scared straight moment with this accident. She's on her own taking an alcohol awareness class. I did not tell her to take that. So I know that she's been proactive in her own recovery during this time.
Look how banged up you are. Look at your hand, man. Look. I mean,
You're lucky you didn't kill yourself. You were really lucky that you're not paralyzed. I mean, I think, are you? Be careful. These small decisions you make now will impact you for the rest of your life. You've got a great lawyer. He will help you out. You must maintain contact with him. I will waive your appearance, but I'm telling you, I'm going to drug test you like crazy. Be ready, because within the next couple of weeks, you will be called to take a drug test. If you don't show up, I will issue a warrant. Do you understand me, Ms. Hill? So be ready. If you don't have a prescription, and even if you do have a prescription for something, you can still abuse it, and that's what we don't want. Mom, please be careful, and you've got one very short life to live. Okay, I'll have you come up here, swear to us that you're not going to drive until you get insurance. At that point, Mo,
Thank you, Your Honor.
she doesn't have any prior DWIs, does she?
No, Judge.
No, Your Honor.
Okay,
No powers at all.